My name is Arpan Chokshi. I'm a high school social studies teacher, and I've been born and raised as a Hindu, growing up in Naperville, Illinois, pretty much all my life. I remember growing up, it was a challenge, and I think as the case is for many children of immigrants, we want to blend in, but we're living one life at home, we're living another life at school, and there was always this kind of role playing. If you had to switch gears and know how to talk, how to speak, how to act, what to wear, what to say, what not to say, depending on which situation you're in. Fortunately, I think my parents had given me enough of a foundation in my culture and in my own heritage to not be too embarrassed of who I am. But that's not to say that when I was in elementary school and I would bring leftovers from dinner, which was, usually Indian food, I wasn't embarrassed. You want the peanut butter and jelly even though you hate eating it because that's what everyone else is doing. We spoke Gujarati at home. And so even though I was born in America, I was actually in ESL, English as a Second Language, for a few years. It was kind of like this barrier that told me that I was a little bit different, that I didn't quite fit with the other students. And I don't know if that was just because I spoke with an accent or I didn't speak as fluently as my peers did. So it's kind of come full circle, that experience as a child of feeling a little bit different, but still feeling that I could live in both of these worlds that I was always navigating, allowed me to, I think, better relate now as a teacher to all my different students from China or the Middle East or Lithuania or even India. Hinduism for me is very much a way of life and a way of thinking and a way of worship. Because of my involvement with Swadhyay, which was inspired by Pandurang Shastri Atavale, he won the Templeton Prize and has done work all around the world, but started in India. The idea of Swadhyay is kind of what makes Hinduism alive for me. And it's not an idea that's just limited to Hindus. It can apply to whether you're Christian or Jewish. But the thoughts are based on the Bhagavad Gita, which was the sacred text of Hinduism. And the fundamental idea is that there is a divinity within me, there's a divinity within you. And I think that's what allowed me to navigate these two worlds that I talked about earlier. Even though I'm Indian and you might be American or you might be Jewish or Chinese or whatever cultural background you have, there's a divinity that ties both of us together and that I'm, connected. So in a way, because of our shared blood maker, we're brothers in a divine relationship. So I think it's what gave me the foundation, later on the framework to just think about the world in a different way and allow me to hopefully preserve and pass on both an American and Indian identity, to preserve it for me, but hopefully pass on to later generations here.